This has to be one of the most genius viral marketing ideas of all time. The day he gets out of jail, Andrew Tate is back on Twitter with a video of himself shirtless and walking around his living room smoking a cigar. He managed to turn the worst thing that ever happened to him into a marketing event. Celebrities have always used their weddings or the birth of their children to create a buzz. But using your release from prison as a viral moment is a first. The tweet got 55 million impressions. He doesn't say a single word in the video, but he does provide a motivational message.
Pacing a 3-meter cell with zero electronics or outside contact, absolute clarity of mind, real thoughts, real plans, 1 hour home and I can't stand my phone.
His fans loved it. They compare him to Gandhi. They are convinced that Tate's incarceration has taken him to the next level, into Super Saiyan mode. Even fitness coaches try to cash in on the buzz.
Today's video, Andrew Tate's prison physique. Have you seen it?
Tate was in jail for 3 months. He had been arrested for human trafficking, among other things. That's the kind of crime that would have been enough to bury almost any influencer, especially since Tate's public statements don't help his case.
People always say pimp as if it's a negative thing, but I think a pimp is a very positive thing. I hope we get to talk about this and I get to defend the reputation of pimps throughout, history. I don't think they're bad people, so we'll talk about that.
Despite all this, Tate is the most influential of all influencers. He has more Google searches than Jordan Peterson, Kim Kardashian, and even Joe Biden. He engineered the biggest Twitter clash ever by provoking Greta Thunberg, whose response became the 3rd most liked tweet in history. He's banned from Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, but his content can never be erased and keeps getting reposted by his army of fans. Thanks to his notoriety, he has built what he claims to be the biggest online course business.
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Lately, he has been claiming 200,000 members. At $50 a head, that would be 10 million a month. Not bad for a guy nobody ever heard of before 2022. We'll speak more about the quality of Andrew Tate's courses later. But as you've surely heard before, the driving force behind all this is affiliate marketing. Once you're in the program, you get a commission every time you bring in a new client with your affiliate link. And that's the explanation that comes up all the time to explain how Tate went viral. He spammed TikTok to get his first clients, then he got those same clients to flood social media with videos of him, and that was that. End of story.
If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time.
Except that's really the kind of simplistic explanation you get from a journalist who understands absolutely nothing about online business. Affiliate programs are the most basic marketing technique that everyone has used since the beginning of the web. Amazon launched theirs in 1996. Online banks, software, e-commerce, and most course sellers all offer affiliate programs, so that doesn't explain why Andrew Tate blew up. The truth that nobody wants to face is that Andrew Tate is everywhere because his message is persuasive. So persuasive, in fact, that he manages to attract new fans despite being one of the most hated people in the world. Someone The Guardian compares to
a tumor that undoubtedly needs cutting out of the sociocultural body.
Actually, that's wrong. Andrew Tate didn't blow up despite being hated. Being hated is a key element of his strategy. I guess The Guardian had a point. Andrew Tate is a tumor. But if the 2010s were the decade of viral marketing, then the 2020s will be the decade of cancer marketing. Marketing so strong it devours everything, even though everyone tries to kill it. You might not like it, but Andrew Tate gave us the new playbook that all future influencers will follow, just like the Kardashians did 20 years ago. So let's dive deep into how Andrew Tate became the most influential influencer in the world.
I was born in Washington, D.C. one morning, December 1st, 1986. The doctor wanted to award me a perfect 10 on the birth scale, but settled on 9.5. 2 weeks overdue, I was nose breathing already. The doctor pinched my thigh to get a response, and I growled, knitting my brow and trying to crane my head up to see who had attacked me. The doctor paled, shocked at my defensive powers. I did not cry.
This brief autobiography published on an obscure boxing website is a perfect example of Tate's weird storytelling. This is one of the most interesting elements of Tate's marketing. It's hard to know what's supposed to be taken seriously and what's supposed to be a joke.
The only water I drink is sparkling water because sparkling water is for rich people. And I'll tell you why. You can get non-carbonated water, still water, from the fucking tap. The government gives you that shit effectively for free. Sparkling water you have to buy. So if you only drink sparkling water, you only drink rich man's water.
In Tate's world, you're a poor person if you drink still water, even though there are very expensive still water brands. Is this supposed to be a joke? Maybe, But Tate never breaks character. We can't be 100% sure if the sparkling water story is meant to be a running joke or if he really believes it. In 2010, he was still following the old Kardashian playbook, so he appeared on a British reality TV show called Ultimate Traveler. There, he tried out his self-confident persona.
I'm very mentally strong. If I want to achieve something, I will achieve it, because I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really wanted something and didn't get it.
At the time, the only people who had heard of him were kickboxing fans, because Tate is, get this, a 4-time world kickboxing champion. Well, that's his side of the story. When you dig deeper, you find out that the titles Andrew Tate won came from a second-class league.
How important is this league that Andrew constantly mentions it? Most kickboxing and Muay Thai legends, top fighters or prospects have not even participated in ISKA events. These tournaments are rather semi-professional for those who could not get into the major leagues.
So technically, yeah, he's good at punching people, but he wasn't exactly the world's #1 fighter. And apparently, most kickboxers at the time had never heard of him. Andrew Tate returned to reality TV in 2016 by appearing in Big Brother. And at last, he finally made it, thanks to his first major controversy. 2 weeks after starting on the show, a leaked video showed Tate beating his girlfriend with a belt. Andrew Tate posted a video of his girlfriend saying she consented, but the damage was done and he was kicked off the show. At this point, Andrew Tate was only vaguely known to the British public thanks to Big Brother, but he wasn't going to make his millions by creating a small buzz on national TV. In September 2017, he tweeted,
"Depression isn't real."
Which earned him a nice amount of criticism, including from J.K. Rowling, whose tweet got over 45,000 likes. Nicely played, since at the time, Tate's Twitter account had less than 30,000 followers. A month later, in the middle of the Weinstein affair, he tweeted,
Harvey, creep obviously, but women have been exchanging sex for opportunity for a very long time. Some did this, weren't abused.
Very on brand, very topical. But at that point, he wasn't doing anything revolutionary. Trolls are pretty much everywhere on Twitter. What's special about Andrew Tate is that his controversial statements turned out to be the gateway to a very unique philosophy of life. On his Cobra Tate website, the Wisdom section lists 41 life principles. Each principle is broken down into a motivational quote with a photo of Tate.
I believe that men have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in this life. I believe that men have the sacred duty to raise strong, capable, and honorable sons. I reserve the right to administer difficult rites of passage for our young men to allow them to earn the rank of manhood.
He calls this philosophy Tateism. The classic explanation is that in addition to affiliate marketing, it was TikTok that launched Andrew Tate. It's true that Tate's videos are perfectly suited to the TikTok format. The controversial topics, the incredible punchlines, the surreal presentation. No wonder his videos continue to flood the platform, even after he was banned. But when we look more closely at the Google Trends graph, we see that TikTok was just a warm-up. Short content is a great way to grab attention, but it doesn't provide the kind of brainwashing Tate needs to sell. What really launched the Andrew Tate missile was a 68-minute video that is standing today at 19 million views.
I can't believe you're poisoning the youth on YouTube.
Why is he shouting?
The idea that a woman can sleep with as many people as she wants just because she wants to is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Every man knows it and every woman knows it.
On June 26, 2022, Andrew Tate was invited on Standout TV for a date with influencer Chan Reynolds. At the time, the channel had less than 100,000 subscribers, but thanks to this interview, it gained 50,000 subscribers in a month. For 68 minutes, Tate unfolds his worldview.
Men are liars because men are in constant competition with other men, and they have to find a way to be competitive, and the easiest way to be competitive is to lie. If you can sit there and convince a woman that you're rich because you bought her a $100 or £100 meal, that's what you're gonna do. It's a lot easier than becoming rich. And women believe it. And as long as women are stupid enough to believe it, men are dishonest enough to lie.
He's able to look Chan Reynolds straight in the eyes and explain that women are the root of all the problems in the world.
I think 99% of the world's problems would be solved if females walked through life with their body count on their forehead. Because it would prevent all of the disintegration of morals. It would prevent so many things about the world. And women would be like, to be with me as a man, I don't want to put another number on my forehead, you have to be a good man. They wouldn't stop f***ing these idiots and stop being idiots, and all the idiocy would disappear, all the degeneracy would disappear.
He openly boasts a double standard.
Females shouldn't even want to cheat. And the reason women can't cheat is because there's no way to ensure paternity if a female's cheating. Modern science in and of itself, just because you can now find out who the dad is, doesn't undo 5,000 years of human evolution in which a female had to be loyal to one man so we knew exactly who the father was.
Taken as a whole, this philosophy doesn't quite make sense. In some cases, Tate claims to be a self-righteous person with unshakable moral principle. For example, Tenet 12.
I believe that a man has the sacred duty to hold true to his word and do exactly what he says he will do.
But on the other hand, it's okay to lie if people are too stupid to notice. Or take Tenet 14.
I believe men are personally responsible for their actions and for the results they achieve in their lives.
But on the other hand, it's women ruining society by sleeping with the wrong people. So Tate says a lot of stuff that's incoherent or just plain stupid, like the whole sparkling water thing.
So if you're sitting there at a table and your friend won't drink sparkling water, he's not your friend. Because when shit hits the fan and you get jumped and you're getting stabbed by 10 randoms, he ain't jumping in front of knives to save your ass like a good friend should if he's scared of fucking bubbles in his water. Anyone who drinks still water is excommunicated permanently.
But you have to give Tate a lot of credit for one thing. He's extremely articulate. He's always crystal clear, and where others hide their controversial beliefs behind hints and innuendo, Tate puts his cards right on the table. And from a marketing standpoint, it's simply a masterclass. One of his secrets is that he manages to embody the alpha male, rich and good at fighting, and at the same time stand up for ordinary men who suffer.
The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women to come along and pretend they give a fuck about the fact that most men are basically invisible. 99% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to
The video with Chan Reynolds helped propel Tate into the stratosphere for two reasons. The first reason is the presence of an opponent. That adds drama. It's the equivalent of a boxing match with a smart-ass YouTuber. Tate's fans want to see him win, while his detractors want to see Chan Reynolds crush his arguments. The second reason is that Chan Reynolds is a beautiful woman. It's one thing for Tate to deliver misogynistic punchline while smoking cigars with his brother. But it's much more impressive to behave with great poise for an hour, across an interviewer who clearly disagrees with him. For Tate fans frustrated by a lack of success in life and with women, it's a show of strength. The icing on the cake is that at the end of the video, Chan Reynolds approves of Tate's assertiveness.
He's egotistical, he has a delusional mindset on women, and he thinks he's a bit too nice. However, I feel like he did have a good conversation. He is a man that knows what he wants. He obviously gets what he wants, so you can't knock it.
So for Tate's fans, the interpretation is obvious. Reynolds may be a feminist, but she likes men who know what they want. In other words, Tate has proven his philosophy is correct.
We're gonna put them on a reverse E-date, and we're gonna have 8 girls compete for Andrew Tate. It's gonna be speed dating, it's gonna be quick. You're basically gonna choose the one that stands out the most. We gotta really see if you have live game. I wanna see if you have live game. If you have game, you know what I mean? You have live interaction. I wanna see the live interaction with a female.
In July 2022, Adin Ross invited Andrew Tate on his Twitch stream. A big opportunity for Tate, since Ross was followed by 6 million subscribers at the time, which put him into the top 25 biggest streamers. And for Adin Ross, it seemed an easy way to juice his viewer numbers. So on paper, it was a win-win situation. But from the very beginning of the stream, Andrew Tate takes control of the interaction. He tells Ross he's fat.
Well, if you were 35, you wouldn't be fat. At 21, yes, you are fat. You're out of shape for a 21-year-old.
He makes fun of his choice of drinks.
Why are you drinking that shit, bro? On the street. Right here in front of everyone. What is that? Some soy caramel double sugared up.
It literally is. It's soy milk and shit.
Bro, where's the E-slap?
Wait, you don't like coffee?
I like coffee, yeah, the same way I like it like I am, like brown, hot, and strong. Yeah. None of this fucking cold Starbucks. Bro, what are you doing to yourself? It's poison. That shit's got more calories than a meal.
And he comes back to his sparkling water story, ordering him to go and buy some immediately.
Is there sparkling water in your house?
I will get some.
If you get sparkling water, I'll stay a while. But if you're gonna stick with this still water soy latte,
I swear to God, I will literally throw it out and I will literally just drink sparkling water.
All right, make it happen.
Okay.
I need to see it on stream. You got 10 minutes to show me something. Otherwise, I got shit to do.
10 minutes? Can I have 25 at max? Please, I'm begging, bro, please. Give me 20.
13.
All right, I'm doing it
13 minutes.
Okay.
Starting a timer. 13 minutes.
Many journalists speculate about Andrew Tate's sinister influence on youth. But this stream shows us his powers of persuasion in action. Adin Ross is not some random guy. He's only 21, but he's rich and famous. He makes millions a year on Twitch. He invites Andrew Tate on his stream in front of his audience, supposedly to force him to prove his seduction skills. And yet, within the first few minutes, Tate takes control of the whole conversation. Ross is the one who tries to gain his respect and approval. For the audience, it's another demonstration of what they already saw in in the Chan Reynolds interview. Tate imposes his frame, that is, the interaction follows his own rules, and nobody can put him on the defensive.
You have to wake up and say, I don't feel like training, but I must train. I will only drink water. I will watch Tate speech. Go to CobraTate.com, join HU. I will stop being a loser. I will follow the word of Tate.
I have a question.
That's what you need to do.
Can I get
Whether it's hard. No, this is my stream. I'm talking.
Okay.
You need to do what you're supposed to do.
The most obvious example of this frame is Tate coming onto the stream shirtless. It's an obvious dominance tactic, but it works. In fact, it works to the point where Adin feels obligated to imitate him in the middle of the show.
By the way, you have your shirt off and shit, bro. I'm taking mine off. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Adin Ross is a perfect target for Andrew Tate, a young 21-year-old with a huge audience and a lack of direction. 9 months before, he went through a period of depression because his views were dropping.
I'm looking for advice. I'm lost. I just have no motivation, no idea what to stream. I just need advice and I just need help.
There is a famous sentence that sums up the art of persuasion in 27 words.
People will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemies.
Andrew Tate's philosophy may seem incoherent from a logical standpoint, but it makes sense as a direct application of the 27-word persuasion technique. He encourages Adin Ross's dreams.
You can be king of Earth. You have every single thing except for mind control. You have the last missing piece and you can conquer the planet.
He justifies his failures.
Watch your friends when they're on TikTok. How long can they even focus on a video before they have to change? Half a second, a second,
Damn.
maybe. All of your minds are broken. You can't even focus on anything anymore.
You're right.
You are constantly distracted to the point where you can't even appreciate the good things in your life. You're distracted. Your minds are broken. You need to rewire your mind and resist the slave programming.
He allays his fears.
Do you see the potential in me?
But yeah, I do see the potential in you.
He confirms his suspicions.
Problem is too, schools like don't really teach the best things. I feel like
Schools are designed to make you a slave. You're set up for slavery. Whole thing's a fucking scam.
And finally, he helps him to throw rocks at his enemies.
The Matrix is trying to control your mind. They're very good at it. That's what they do to control all of us.
Ross ends up with the feeling that he has done a good deed by having Tate on stream.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This stream actually, I'm pretty sure changed lives. I swear to God. You changed lives just now, this one stream.
6 months later, Adin Ross travels to Dubai to meet Tate and complete his initiation. The ritual is broadcast live on Twitch, and if I use the word ritual, it's because it's somewhere between an anime training montage and a religious initiation. This time, the frame is even stronger, since Tate controls the physical environment. He is majestically seated in an armchair, while Adin is on the sofa below. Between them, a chessboard, symbol of Tate's intellect and the prestige of his father, the chess champion Andrew Tate Jr. Tate invites Ross to play against him to demonstrate his superiority and reveal important truths about the world to his disciple.
You are in an advantageous chess position. You're just wasting it.
Got it.
This is the whole point of me talking to you in
That
general.
was why you brought the chessboard. They teach you about life. Correct. So life is chess, Mr. Tate.
Yes, it is.
Tate also challenges him to arm wrestling.
Maybe I can beat you with one finger. Let me just meditate and gather my chi.
All right, ready?
Ready, go.
Oh, I'm gonna win this one. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Tate rolls out his favorite themes: competition of all against all, the matrix that keeps men poor, and the revelation that Adin Ross has a mission.
My point is, by you going on a journey of self-improvement, by you now becoming the man who does amazing things, you're going to inspire millions and millions of other people. You can have a massive impact on the world.
And it works. After Tate has left the room, Adin Ross makes his profession of faith on camera.
Life is about making it the best version of yourself. But guys, listen, I'm not gonna sit around and mope. I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna do things, but off and behind the scenes, and I'm gonna have a little page or something, little vlogs, updating you guys on my journey. I'm gonna take pictures before and after. I'm really not playing around this time. I'm 22.
In the middle of his monologue, he does one of the weirdest things ever seen on stream. He sniffs the chair where Tate was sitting in his bathrobe a few minutes earlier. Stacey Henley, the editor-in-chief of The Gamer, analyzes Adin Ross's conversion in these terms.
Adin Ross is no different from the schoolboys on TikTok who have started telling their female teachers to make them a sandwich because it will impress their Andrew Tate watching friends. Tate is such a dangerous figure because he transforms reasonable but disillusioned young boys into people like him. This is what he has done with Adin Ross.
The problem with this analysis is that it completely overlooks the virtues of Andrew Tate. People like Tate because they feel that he helps them. For example, Adin Ross did keep his promise to start working out after being encouraged by Tate.
Alright chat, this is where I'm at.
For Adin Ross, Andrew Tate is a father figure. Tough but encouraging. Even if he's giving you a hard time, he wants to see you succeed in life. And if you follow his teaching, he'll be genuinely proud of you.
You've moved from the bullshit realm, internet dork.
We just started the fitness journey. In about 3-4 months when you see results, you can give me the full G.
100%, but you stuck to your word.
I think it's, to some extent, he's made a lot of money by making the thing that he makes money on not the thing he gets so much pushback online for and what he's also loved for. So people will push back for his misogyny, but the real way he's making money is just like basic get-rich-quick schemes that are super obvious to spot, but everyone's distracted by like, oh, he said some crazy stuff about women.
The famous scam hunter CoffeeZilla has a theory. Andrew Tate sells how to get rich on the internet programs that have little to do with the misogynistic punchlines that made him famous. That way, he says, Andrew Tate's reputation is protected when his fans join his courses and are inevitably disappointed. They can continue to admire Andrew Tate, the macho tough guy, even if his dropshipping class was a bit lame. It's an interesting theory, but he's forgetting one thing. Many influencers make money selling products that have nothing to do with how they got famous. That's why fighter Conor McGregor got rich selling whiskey and actor Ryan Reynolds selling mobile plans. So an influencer faces two totally separate problems. Problem number 1, how to become as famous as possible. Problem number 2, how to monetize that attention most effectively. We've already seen how Andrew Tate gets attention. In terms of monetization, he could have sold alcohol, luxury watches, or the real missed opportunity, sparkling water. But he chose online courses, which seems to have been a good choice. 100 to 200,000 members, depending on sources, at $50 a month, that's pretty good. And yet, it doesn't look like a totally well-oiled business model. One of his first products was a dating course with the unfortunate name of the PhD for pimping host degrees. For some reason, he decided to present this course by drawing with a bright green marker on a whiteboard, which is absolutely unreadable.
You better do as you're told to get my attention. Otherwise, it's staying down here.
If you think that looks unserious, wait until you see the rest. Tate's promise is to teach you how to make money, so much money that you can escape from the Matrix, as he explains in this sales video that was sound mixed by a penguin.
Oxford University is the greatest thing that exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the Matrix.
So, are Andrew Tate's courses any good? For CoffeeZilla, it's just another scam.
Behind the paywall, it's nothing of substance. You're not going to learn to get rich by escaping the Matrix and going to work for Jeff Bezos. Fulfillment by Amazon is not escaping the Matrix, right? Like, that's not the way to hustle to the top. It's literally a field of making money that everyone in the world has access to.
Well, I know plenty of people who got rich selling on Amazon, but CoffeeZilla's whole business model is exposing scams. And where he has a good point is, what's the connection between Andrew Tate and selling on Amazon? Has Tate ever sold a single product on Amazon? And what about his other classes on trading, dropshipping, copywriting, affiliate marketing, and crypto? The trick is that Tate doesn't present these courses himself. He's hired instructors who specialize in these topics. This is what CoffeeZilla sees as more proof of smoke and mirrors.
The first funny thing is that Andrew Tate is nowhere to be found. The supposed successful guy that you like bought into is nowhere to be found. It's these professors that you have now, he has hired and said, these guys are super qualified.
But then I'd say, thank goodness he hired outside instructors, because can you imagine Andrew Tate explaining the ins and outs of custom regulations for importing your stock to Amazon? A better criticism would be to note that the only selling point is the promise of getting rich. At no time does the sales pitch address what method you're going to use, why that method is good, or why the instructors they've chosen is qualified to teach it. On the website, the teachers are only identified by their first name, with no link to anything they have done, and sometimes their picture is even blurred out.
So first and foremost, the course content itself isn't taught by Tate. Like I said before, it looks like he outsourced or he hired somebody to take care of this. Whether or not that guy's a professional, again, I don't really know because there's no real proof or credibility going on.
The general impression seems to be that you only need to understand the basics of e-commerce to be successful. But the truth is that all these markets are already quite competitive. You have to be really good to succeed. So I find it hard to believe that this program is detailed enough to teach you the secrets of trading and selling on Amazon and crypto investing. In his defense, for only $50, you have access to everything. This can allow someone new to online business to get a feel for some of the major business models and then continue to explore the one that interests them the most. There will probably be meet plenty of people who start a successful online business career because of Andrew Tate. Clients who learn about online business for the first time seem happy.
All right, so guys, I just finished the copywriting course. Overall, I think it was worth it. For $50, I feel like I learned a lot. Like, look, I have literally 40 pages of notes.
The video I just showed you is one of the few that does not give his affiliate link to Andrew Tate, so his testimonial sounds sincere. But the real reason Tate rarely appears in his own course is because $50 is too cheap to get access to the master. One level above the Hustlers University, now renamed the Real World, there is a premium product, the War Room. To be a member, you have to pay $5,000, but it's a modest fee to join what Tate describes as one of the top 5 most important and powerful organizations on the planet.
My organization, the War Room, is already, I would vouch, as one of the top 5 most important and powerful organizations on the planet.
Thanks to the War Room, Tate can get anyone out of jail.
If any of my War Room brothers go to jail, if they can send me a message, use their one phone call, I will get them out.
Theoretically, we're not supposed to know what goes on inside because members have to sign a confidentiality agreement.
After 24 hours, I finally heard back from them with some interesting news. Even though I already paid, now they're telling me to get inside, I have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I don't think I'm allowed to share this document with you guys, so I'm definitely not gonna do that. But basically, they're saying if I reveal anything that's inside of the War Room, I'm liable for millions of dollars in damages. No joke.
A lot of showmanship in the purest Andrew Tate style, while the War Room is just a chat room.
The rooms are basically just a bunch of different group chats. Inside, there are a variety of rooms about various subjects, such as making money, growing your social media, meeting up IRL, and of course, women.
According to Tate's website,
the War Room is a global network in which exemplars of individualism work to free the modern man from socially induced incarceration.
Besides the very weird language, it's also super vague. The sales page tries to make the value proposition more concrete by showing mysterious photos of men with blurred faces, all in suits in luxurious places, and at the boxing gym. The only sort of concrete element on the page is this text.
Landed in Dubai and want to know what to look out for when investing in real estate? Speak to a man who has been in Dubai real estate for 20 years. Want to know how members of your business industry have found applications for AI? Speak to an industry insider who knows the founder.
So the value proposition is just to be connected to insiders. At first glance, this is totally consistent with Tate's ideas about the Matrix. The world is controlled by an elite that's plotting against you to keep you in poverty. So the only way out is to join another community that's plotting to get rich. Us against them.
That's my private network, and we specifically talk about money. And a few other things. But that's
Is that like more like a mastermind?
It's the real world's how to make money, and the War Room's what to do with money.
In fact, it's hopeless trying to understand what the War Room is for. The War Room is not sold on its utility. The real value proposition is social status. The pitch is that there is an elite group of men, and if you pay, you can be part of it.
Inside the War Room, you will access knowledge that will spark your genius and compel you to work your hardest to keep up. There is no other place on earth with men of this caliber.
This explains a big mystery about Tate's positioning. He constantly belittles his fans.
You should want to be like me because I'm a better person than you. So in every single possible tiny way you can emulate the great Andrew Tate, you should be doing the same things. Don't order sushi, drink sparkling water.
Another example, if you have the basic $50 subscription and you miss a payment, he doesn't delete your account. Instead, he makes you look at other clients' successes to remind you that you're a loser.
So people who don't renew, we don't kick you out, we put you in the jail, and you sit there in your cell, and you have no access to the money-making information, and we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show you.
This is a genius strategy to control people who lack self-confidence. Step 1, you display enormous self-confidence. Step 2, you insult them. Step 3, you tell them they can redeem themselves in your eyes by doing whatever you say. We saw this technique in detail with Adin Ross, but Tate's content does this on a global scale. That's why he sets arbitrary rules, like drinking sparkling water only or refusing to eat sushi. It's a way to take control of people's behavior on a small scale, but also to effortlessly allow them to start feeling superior to normies who still drink plain water. But of course, you'll never really be worthy in Tate's eyes. There is always one more step to climb. After the real world, you pay $5,000 for the War Room, and you're still pathetic. To quote a former member,
"You will be looked down on once you join. You are but a foot soldier. You need to climb the ranks, add value, then you will get access to the actual power of the group."
And of course, there is yet another group beyond the War Room that Tate doesn't talk about in public.
The War Room has about 1,800 members, so the initial group chat you join is just pointless and irrelevant. There are just people that don't really know what they're talking about, and certainly not the millionaires you join for. They are only found when you get into the inner circle, which is the elite room.
In Andrew Tate's world, social status is based on only 3 things: fighting, cars, and access to women. Tate is a top G for top gangster because he's a champion kickboxer, collects Bugattis, and employs an army of cam girls. Your value as a man depends on those 3 things. For example, Tate offers an initiation rite to some members of the War Room. Do an MMA fight without prior training.
There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired as a professional fighter.
You can guess what happens next. If you refuse to fight, you're a worthless human being. Those who agreed to fight are given a chance to speak. Those who refused must remain silent.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
This is where the idea that the War Room helps you escape your social conditioning, helps you escape the matrix, shows itself to be false. Andrew Tate demands that his disciples behave exactly like him and publicly humiliates those who refuse. Classic social conditioning techniques. The irony is that the young guy who discovers Tate imagines that rising in status in the War Room will give him what he wants: muscles, cars, and women. But this is taking things completely the wrong way around. Money and women for members of the War Room are not a consequence of your social status, but its cause. This is also the technique used by Fresh and Fit, a masculinist podcast where the creators promote female chastity, but feel compelled to surround themselves with porn actresses to show that they're alpha males. Tate surrounds himself with women not because he likes women, but to impress other men. He even claims that he's not that interested in sex.
You don't eat all the time. Sometimes you just don't want to. It's always there, right? But if you're starving, as soon as food appears, you're all over it. It's the same with sex. Any dude who's like, wow, threesome, okay, I need. It's a guy who's deprived. A guy who has as much as he wants all the time ain't gonna be really that interested.
The paradox of Andrew Tate's message is that he never promises you'll become happy or achieve inner peace by following his philosophy.
But I think for a man, if you're waking up and going, oh, am I happy, am I not, you're looking at life wrong. I think as a man, if you put happiness if you move it down the scale, right? And you start looking at, am I successful? Am I competent? Am I achieving things? Am I respected?
The only benefit of the War Room is to gain the admiration and respect of the other members of the War Room. The value framework of fighting, cars, and women contains the antidote to all criticism. That's why Tate invited a reporter from Vice to his house with a big smile, knowing full well he was going to do a hit piece.
Let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the Borg.
This is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no, please don't put that on the internet. Who cares, right? Whatever.
If you don't like Tate, he won't listen to you if you're a woman. If you're a man, he won't listen to you because he's richer than you. If you're a man and you're richer than him, he won't listen to you because he could beat you in a cage match. If you're richer and could potentially beat him like Logan Paul, you're just an agent of the Matrix.
Logan is a man who says things because he thinks he's supposed to say them, which makes him an agent of the Matrix, makes him a coward.
There was a brief period a few years ago when it seemed that cancel culture was all powerful. But today, it's become clear that it's impossible to convince everyone to stop listening to someone, even if you ban them from every platform and send them to jail. To destroy an influencer is like destroying a zombie. You have to get a headshot, meaning you need to destroy their psychology through a combination of threats, punishment, ridicule, harassment, and public humiliation. Very few people can survive that level of social pressure. We didn't evolve for that. But Andrew Tate can, and that's why he's indestructible. So those who want to challenge his influence would do well to ask themselves what alternative vision they can offer a young man looking for guidance like Adin Ross. The guru market for young men is vast, and there is room for other worldviews. Jordan Peterson is an example, with a style that's diametrically opposite, but basically fulfills the same surrogate father role. Or look at it this way. Google didn't kill Yahoo by shouting from the rooftop that Yahoo sucked. They did it by offering a better product. 672 subscribers, 99,328 to go. If you made it this far, you should subscribe. Let me know what number subscriber you are in the comment. We can only see exact numbers up to 1,000 subs, and it will be fun to look back when I make it big. Afterwards, you should click here to see my best video and learn why no one believes AI experts.